Okay, so we're going to do our cube first. And we're going to pretend that for us and our purposes and all of this, so guys, I know I was taking a second, but now you're with me. We're going to pretend that our light source is over here. So I'm going to I'm going to draw a little light bulb. If you want to draw a sun, that's fine. But all of our light sources for each of these shapes going to come from this. Okay, so boom, 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 light, let there be light. Okay, so this is our light source. So our light source is that light travels in straight lines. Our top is going to be where the highlight is. All right, so we have our highlight on top. This is going to be where our core shadow is and where some of our midtones are. All right, and then it will, since the lighting is coming from this direction, this is going to be where the cast shadow comes from. So we're going to leave that top one totally white. I'm going to come in with my 4B to create the core shadow. Because I'm not going to go totally crazy dark. Hey, Riley. So as you're shading the core shadow of your cube, and again, I'm just starting out with that 4B. Remember, you're moving across your paper slowly. Your pencil might go back and forth kind of fast, but you move across slow. And you're going to work in multiple layers. And I kind of go in those circles. And now it's kind of mine's kind of a mess. So I'm going to go ahead and blend it. And I'm using my pinky because it's a small area. And I'm going to go ahead and clean up the sides because these are instant changes since the planes of the cube are flat. And I might come in and do one more to just get it nice and dark. But even then, I'd say this is like on that scale of 1 being the white paper, 10 to, I think this is only 8, being black. I'm going for a 5 or a 6, maybe a 7. And I'm going to try and get it into those little corners. Alrighty, so and I think I'm going to go with just regular HB for our midtones, which are going to be on this side. Oh, y'all can't even see. Sorry. But it's not all that different. When I go lighter, I hold my pencil from the back end. And you just work in light layers. And that's what really helps to hide the texture of your pencil. On this one, I haven't done any smudging yet. I might do that in just a second. I like using my pinky. There are those smudging sticks, but I feel like those, you got to clean them pretty often in order for them to not just make a huge mess of your drawing. And you really need to go in one direction with them. I feel like when I use my fingers, I can go in multiple directions and it doesn't make it look as like messy and sloppy. I might even do a little bit of I might do a little bit of 6B to just even out. That edge. And maybe a little bit of 4B on this one. Alrighty, so then I have my cube. And now I'm going to go ahead and do the cast shadow. So I'm going to leave, and it's kind of weird because I put the shapes down here for you, but if we had drawn the edges of this cube, you don't leave them like a dark black. You actually leave them a white highlight, and part of that is that reflected light. Like if you leave a tiny halo of white, and again, you wouldn't have the black edge of this drawing. I just kind of want to, I'm introducing you to this. More than anything else. But having that white line, that highlight on the very edge of your shape is what makes it look like really, really three-dimensional. Hey, Liam. Thank you. So there we go. I know it's kind of hard. I'll pull it up a little bit, or I'll try. So that you can kind of see the actual edges. And I'm going to clean up the cast shadow. I'm going to get it a little bit darker around some of the edges, because it's not necessarily all one specific value. It's got some transitions in there. Excuse me. All right, and I might blend a little bit. Maybe now I add a little more pressure. There we go, cube. So I'm going to pop on over to our cylinder, which is a little different.